Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My channel's name is not It's Diana, but it's Diana, and my channel's name is Anna Keller. Okay, today I will be doing a video on how to get this look. So, anyways, without further ado, let's go on to the video. Hey beautiful people, so first I'm going to start off by using my Sephora Beauty Amplifier Ultra Smoothing Primer, and I'm just going to use a pea-sized amount and rub it all over my face. Okay. So now I'm going to conceal my eyelids to have a base for my eyeshadow. I honestly don't know why I applied my concealer like this, so I'm sorry. I agree it's cringe. But anyways, I used my Real Techniques mini facial eraser to blend that stuff out. Okay, now using my Morphe B81 brush, I'll be applying my transition color. By using this shadow from my 35O palette, this is going to help us blend our eyeshadow and give it depth. Now I'm just going to add this slightly darker, more orangey color to help add more depth and prep our eye to add the rest of the colors. As you can see, I'm applying the eyeshadow to all of my outer crease rather than just part of it, which was something I did with my transition color as well. Next, using this E.L.F. brush, I'm going to pack this brown shadow into my outer lid or outer V of my eye. Once I've packed it and I have the depth that I want, I'm going to start blending it into a little part of my outer crease, and that little part will be the little section above my outer lid. I'm sorry, there's a lot of littles, but yes. I will not be blending it across my whole outer crease as I did with the first two shadows. Now, a little tip is to just try to keep it in the corner of your eye. You want to make sure to blend, but not go too far. Okay, so I know that the E.L.F. brush I was using before wasn't really meant to pack eyeshadow onto my lid, but like, it still worked. Now I'm going to be using my Smudge Brush, which I think will make it easier. What I'm doing here is packing this darker brown shadow onto the outer V of my eyelid. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm just moving my brush in like a U or V shape and trying not to let the shadow go past my crease. Remember, just keep packing until you get the color you want, and try not to go past that little corner of your eye. Like, just try to keep it in that little outer V corner. My favorite parts. Okay, so now using this clean brush from Morphe, I just went ahead and blended out the harsh lines around my crease. I didn't apply any product to the brush, I just used a clean, fluffy brush. Using my smudge brush again, I just went back in with a darker color on my outer V. I made sure to use the same U or V shape movements with my brush. Alright, so now I'm going back in with my transition color to blend my shadows. I just lightly swept my lids with my Morphe brush and I made sure not to use too much of the transition color. Remember, a little will do. Okay, so bear with me because this was a slightly tricky part for me when I was barely starting out, but all I did was apply a bit of concealer onto my inner eyelid. Now to blend it, I used my pinky because I just feel like I'm most comfortable using my pinky, and all I did was lightly stroke inwards towards the middle part of my eyelid. But it's important to remember to not really stroke upwards past your crease because I've done that and it just ends up looking weird. Okay, now that we've concealed our lids, we're going to apply some shimmer to it because why not? Since I'm using my Kiko Milano water eyeshadow, I went ahead and wet my brush using my E.L.F. Mist&SET. By doing this, my water eyeshadow will look more intense.
I can't stop feeling me. I hope you're feeling me. You're feeling me. I hope you're feeling me. You're feeling me. I hope you're feeling me. You're feeling me.
Now that we've done that, I'm going to go back in using this color that I previously used to help blend the shimmery gold with my matte smoky browns. Since I'm not a professional, I just lightly sweep my brush over the line that's separating my shimmer from my matte, and that usually does the trick. Remember, a little goes a long way. We don't want to add too much shadow and then make the lines look harsher. Here I'm just going back in with my shimmer, but this time I'm not wetting my applicator, which is my pinky, because I don't want it to look cakey. Now I just want to blend and smooth it out. However, this is totally optional. So my brows here are unfleeky because I hadn't done them in a year and I had just been tweezing them. But anyways, they don't need too much product because they're already dark. So all I did was brush them with my spoolie and add a little product to help give my brows a bit more shape.
What I would do to take away this fear of being loved, allegiance to the pain. Now I messed up.
Moving on to mi cara. Now I will be applying foundation because why not? The only problem is that I have to mix my foundations because they match me wrong, and then one is too light and the other one I matched myself at Walgreens, but it was during the summer and I was tan, but even then it was too dark for me. But whatever. Anyways, y'all know the drill. Apply dots of foundation onto face, then blend out with your squishy webble. To cover up my dark bags, help cover small blemishes, and my mustache, I just applied some concealer to the needed areas and blended that out.
How do I make you wanna stay? Hate sleeping on my own, missing the way you taste. Now I'm messed up.
So I recently bought my Laura Mercier translucent powder, but I used to use this as my replacement for Laura Mercier. Anyway, since this is the pressed powder, I kind of just tapped my brush into the product until it finally looked like I had a lot of loose powder on my brush, and then I would just go in and swoosh swoosh. All best, bronzer. So for this, it's pretty simple. I just apply some bronzer as if it were contoured to give me a semi-bronze look and help me define some features, you know? This is me highlighting my brow bone and cheekbones. So I feel like throughout this whole video I've just been awkward because I've never really done voiceovers, and yeah, I'm just awkward. I love it. Okay, you guys, shout out to my girl Paola for this. Her eyelashes always looked bomb AF, and I was like, yo Paola, what mascara do you use? And she said this one. So I went to Target, bought it, and as soon as I tried it out on one eye, you would not believe the difference I saw. I love fan effect mascaras, and this one's awesome. I just love it. 10 out of 10. Yes, the love of my life. I tried a lot of lip balms and chapsticks before BURT'S, but BURT'S has been the best one so far, at least for me. And I make sure to apply every morning and night, and if I need to, then I'll apply it as many times as necessary throughout the day. And this is the end of my crusty voiceover and the end of the makeup segment. Thank you. I love you. So meanwhile, I think that might be a little too loud. Okay, so meanwhile, I'm letting my lips kind of hydrate because they're a little crusty. They're pretty crusty, gotta admit, because it's been a little cold but hot lately. Like the weather's just been changing a lot, and it's actually something I really like to do before I put on a matte lipstick. So okay, anyways, this. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, and I'm probably gonna mute this part out, so. I think like this is a really fast, I'm trying but I'm not really trying kind of look, especially when I'm trying to like, I'm not trying, but especially when I'm hanging out with friends and I just kind of, I know I want to look cute, but I don't want to have bouncy curls like I'm going to a quinceañera. So I think this is my go-to because it's like, oh yeah. But definitely I think this is a really cute look. I don't know what you guys think, but comment down below. Okay, oh, the matte lipstick. I'm so sorry. So the final look is natural, but a bit bold, a bit smoky, so it's a bit between both. I tried to go a bit smoky on the eyes and then natural on the rest of my face. So technically this is my first video. I really hope that you guys liked it, and if you guys want to see anything else, then just make sure to comment. I'm open to constructive criticism. I'm not a professional. I'm a 16-year-old girl who's trying to master these skills. Okay, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on my social media. I love meeting new people. See you guys later. Thank you. Bye.